Right, hello everyone, welcome back for another live trading session. So let's get straight into it.
Ever feel like
Right, so now we have got gold as well. We've got gold added. Well, we've got silver, crude oil, and XAU USD. Very nice. It'll be more volatile than other markets, like for example Bitcoin or Ethereum or something like that. But yeah, gold does seem to be more volatile than others. So what we can currently kind of do is mark out some support and resistance levels, see where we've got some kind of key level, and then we can go from there. Let me just turn this off. Freezing in here, freezing. So as for gold, it'll be more like faster paced trading. There we go, there's a good one. Not quite as good in the bigger time frame. You can see how the price kind of dances up and down against that level. I've had it touched many times here. Touch there, touch there as well. Not so strong for the support level. Seems to be a bit higher. So if we were to mark it out a little bit higher than that, we could expect something like that. Yep, that seems a bit more accurate. But that bottom one is also accurate. So realistically, right about now, we could take a trade from this resistance level, but we need to hold out a little bit longer to get an indicator. So we need set price coming up to that resistance level a bit more, and hopefully touch it as well. Give us a stronger confirmation of that level there. Yeah, gold is a lot more volatile than you know, Bitcoin or Ethereum or anything like that. So we'll have a look what we can see from gold today. You can see like the difference in gold, whereas like Bitcoin, gold seems to have a lot more smaller wicks. You don't really get any large movements. Like say for example Bitcoin, you've got much larger candles, much larger bearish candles as well, and more like there seems to be, you know, more movement in the candles as well. Whereas gold, they all seem to be small. You can see some are a bit larger, but relatively they look a little bit small. Like you got 1, 2, 3 there with smaller bodies, and then here we've got also small bodies, and then like some of them have even got a very small body, but then a longer wick on both sides. So the US market is now open.
Watch how smart POD sellers turn one design into 10.
We want that price to be coming up to that resistance level, and then we would most likely get a trade off of that. Strength index seems to be pretty okay. We're not in the buy or sell zone currently. But it does look like we are heading towards that resistance level. Looks like we might not even make it to that resistance level. Currently waiting on that price. We need a clearer view on where it's headed. I feel like it is coming down for a reversal to that support level. Yeah, looks like we're going for that reversal. I'm not going to I'm not going to enter that trade, as we could get a bounce from a resistance level. So I don't want to be chasing momentum and going straight in for that trade. Ideally, what we want to see now is a nice continuation down towards that support level and a hit on that support level, and then potentially a slight breakout, and then a reversal back up to the resistance level, which would be great to see. But first we need it to come down to that support level. A touch bang on the level would be nice, give us a stronger indication that the level is there and it's stronger. As you know, every time the candle wick touches the level which you have drawn, that makes it stronger and stronger. By a touch of the level, I mean what we have here. You see the candle wick stops perfectly on the line. There are a couple more examples as we go down the line. There's only one for that one. But then on that top one, we do have a few more. You can see 1, 2 there. And then another one, oh no, another one here. And then another one there. So that's 5. So the more you have, the stronger your level actually is. Hello LA Vision, how are you? How are you? We are getting a bit of resistance there, you can see. I'm good, I'm good. I am good. What have you been up to? Anything good? So this is exactly why I didn't want to go in for a trade. So what we could see now is a continuation. So we have a resistance level, not enough strength, and it has a reversal from that level. So we could have seen a move back up to the resistance level. So this might actually be a good entry point if the market doesn't have enough strength to carry on with that position. So I just want to go in and see how volatile it actually is. It looks very, very volatile at the minute, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, it's very jumpy. You can see how fast the price moves compared to like Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum and so on. You can see how fast and active gold really is. They are opposed. Gold can go lower because Euro, USD are higher. They are opposed. Yes, yes, I know. A lot of people actually do trade gold. Like you see all these traders online. A lot of them, like there's a very, very big amount of them that do actually just trade gold. It's mostly because of the volatility and I believe the profit you can make from it, but you know, everyone has their own as you'd say, favorite thing to trade. So I believe we will actually go down to that support level. I mean, that's not what we wanted to see, but there's a much bigger candle there. I don't know why I couldn't place my stop loss. What the hell? That's strange. Alright, I'll try it again before we go anywhere. So realistically, we can put in a limit order. Hello, hello. I'm not sure how to say your name. I don't speak, I think that's Arabic. But hello, how are you? I am good, how are you? I don't know why, but like the order goes in. Rashad, hello, how are you? The order goes in very far. So I entered when the price was about here at this level, and it entered here at the bottom. Not sure how that works, but yeah. Hello, hello. Bitcoin and XAU up. Maybe. feel like gold might come back up for a retest of that resistance level. Yeah, looks like that is what's happening right now. Very volatile though, very volatile. I can't seem to put a stop loss on, I'm not sure why. Or maybe not. Maybe not. It's a great start. Not gonna lie, it's a great start. Great start. Yep, and the CLUSD down. So take a trade up and other, and oil down. Let's have a look at oil actually. So you can see Everdex has now got oil as well, which is pretty interesting. Where are we at with oil? It's on a pretty big move down though. Oh, cracking everywhere. What have we got for that candle? We have got 6 seconds, 5 more seconds left. We want to see a continuation of that price right up until that support level, which is at the bottom here. Would be very nice to see. There we go. Alright, what have we got? While that trade is going on, what have we got for tomorrow? Today, nothing important. Tomorrow we have core PPI and the PPI monthly, I believe, for the US dollar. Nothing too much Wednesday. Thursday, GDP. Australian dollar unemployment rate and unemployment change, or employment change and unemployment rate, sorry. That is something to maybe keep an eye on. And then that's it really. Nothing too crazy this week. Nothing too crazy. we have a slow down of that that bullish kind of resistance there. You can see this candle was bigger. You can see the movement as well. It came up to about 4,699, and then we have a much smaller candle there, and then it seems that it's getting slower and slower, the movement from the buyers, but this could be a support level here where the price does try to come back. I'll be back in a second. Right. What has happened? Why not take 50% or 70% your position? I'm not sure. We've only got 5%. We'll take that actually, we'll take that. The thing is, like, I can't. Oh, never mind. I'll short and then look. XAG. I haven't got XAG. I already have. I'm not sure of that pattern. I'm not gonna lie. Let me have a look. This area here. Yeah, I'm kind of not seeing it, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I don't know the pattern. Well, I don't know the pattern. Oil gonna go down, so probably everything gonna go up. I'm not too sure on oil. Oil's been acting kind of like 15 minutes ago. What's your source? I mean, gold's pretty volatile, but I feel like it's a little bit more predictable than Bitcoin. Well, currently that is. It seems we've got a downtrend happening right now. So you got a peak, a low, peak, most likely a low here, a peak, and then a continuation. So I'd only be worried if that price goes above this previous peak. So currently I'm not too fussed, as we already have a peak, I believe, formed over here. So now we'll see a continuation most likely. So what I'm currently expecting is a movement likely to look like this, and then most likely we'll have some more there, and then potentially hitting that stop, that take profit cleanly. My take profit on oil is 93. Is it 93? Let me have a look. That's quite a bit. That's below this previous low here. So if we were to enter that now, 93 would be a pretty solid profit. But I'm currently not seeing. We'll start with gold, and then we'll have a look as we go. And we rebound on the 0.382. BTC look good. Bitcoin's not been my. Bitcoin's been very unpredictable lately. I've had a couple bad sessions on Bitcoin. Not gonna lie. You can't predict it. It's all like you know. Sometimes you see everything that you want to see. You've got all your levels, you've got all your indicators, you've got all of those things like weaknesses and strengths in the market and patterns and whatnot. But all of those things add up. Seems like a good trade, everything's going good. Like previously, I took a short position right at the peak of a reversal. So just before a reversal. Price came down, I was about 300-ish plus, but my take profit was at a certain point. So then the price decided to go past that previous peak that we had at the top, and it just shot up really quickly, like, you know, very unpredictable move. So obviously I got stopped out, and yeah, it wasn't a fun day at all. And then previously I remember one instance where I think I had a limit order for a long position. The price came down to, I'm not perfectly, you know, accurate, but the price was, I'd say, maybe 4 points away from taking my long position, and the price went up quite a lot. I think it was about a 1.5k trade, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it was very annoying, to say the least. Very annoying to say. This close, and it just doesn't take it. It just doesn't take it. Nice. Very nice. So currently we have got some consolidation, maybe some price action for a stronger move, maybe to the upside. We are seeing a slow market currently. We did have a relatively fast, you know, move to the downside. As you can see, we peaked. We came through for a false break, and then we came down pretty fast. Came up slightly to form that second peak, and then we came down ever so slightly, and then now we've been consolidating for quite a while. But I still am expecting for that continuation. Maybe we've got, you know, a lot of resistance at this level here, as this was the previous level where, you know, we had some support. So I believe we will get that continued movement like we did. Right, I'll be back shortly. I've nearly hit it though. Nearly got that take profit. Four, 6, 7, 9. So you can see, because of this here, it has acknowledged that the level is there. Hello, hello. It has literally just said, yes, the level is there. You know, it's like a way of the market telling me that the level is there. So it's just above our take profit at the minute. We've got about 15 seconds left for that candle to fully form. There's 5 more seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Very jumpy, you know. Gold is a lot more volatile than, say, you know, Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a bit more unpredictable, whereas gold, it tends to, you know, want to stay in the resistance and support levels. Obviously not perfectly, because then, you know, everyone would be making money, but it tends to be a lot more, well, I'd say predictable in a way. Currently we're so close to that take profit. There we go. Look at that, beautiful. Oh, so that limit order has been partially filled. I believe it's because of the price. Oh no. Thank you, bro, thank you. So we've had 2 candles actually confirm that this level, this support level is here. You can see one here and one here. That is very nice to see. That is very nice to see. It shows us that here, this level here is strong. That is a strong support level. Well, thing is, what you want to do when you're finding this support and resistance level, you want to go as far out as possible, which will give you the most accurate range of the price. Because say if you go closer in, you're not really sure what is a false break, and you know, if it's the price not keeping within that key level. So what you want to do is keep it as widely spaced as possible. So you want to find also the strongest one. The strongest one will give you the most accurate indication of how the price is actually moving and where it is going. And having these strong support and resistance levels will give you like a much stronger view of where price is headed, and realistically at which levels it will stop at, and if it's going to be a real break or a false one. So like those confirmations, those touches, you see that your candle coming down, this is the level, it comes down, touches it perfectly, and it comes back up. The fact that it's touched it here shows that the level is there and it's strong, and the more touches we have, the stronger it is. So now, as you can see, a touch here and a touch there. We also have another one there, another one there, another one there. So that's, I believe, 6. Let me just count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 candles touching that level. Very nice to see. Very nice to see. And it's the same kind of thing for the resistance. So resistance is the top, support is the bottom. And now, as for the resistance level, we have one here, one here, one there. That's 3, that's 4. That's 4. The resistance level isn't as strong enough, or maybe we can actually find a stronger one. But the fact that the price has gone out here multiple times kind of does show us that we maybe do have a stronger level, maybe somewhere to be seen. So we can definitely have a look and see if we can find it. Maybe it is there. So currently we've only got one candle touching, and I believe that's it. You can see it's relatively strong. It broke through again, it broke through here, but obviously it came back in and now it's staying within that level, consolidating within that level. And now we seem to have a reversal from that support level. So now we could expect a nice move towards that resistance level that we have at the top. Now it's just a matter of time. So it's a 3.38 risk to reward ratio, profit to loss ratio, same thing. So what you want to do is, if you've got a movement like this, where the price is jumping from support level to resistance level, then you can actually get in a much larger risk. Well, it's obviously not advised to risk that much, but the fact that price is, you know, consolidating within this level, then it kind of gives you a little bit of a safer option. Let's say, as in, you know, other market structures that we have. As we have like a, you know, a slight view of where the price is actually headed. Whereas if you have, I don't know, you're trading on market openings, or I don't know, market open, say 8 a.m. or 9:30 a.m. for the US market open. Say if you're just, you know, trading on the US market open and you're looking for indicators and things like that, then you don't really have a clearer view. You don't have as clear of a view as you do when you are trading within key levels. That's what I'm trying to say. Where, you know, key levels, you kind of know what to expect. You kind of know what's going to happen and where the price is headed. Whereas market opens, they seem to be choppy. A lot of people are in that market at that time, and it is a lot more volatile. So we do have a little bit of consolidation, not too much movement. We've had movement, bullish and bearish, but we've stayed relatively consistent price action wise, not much movement going on. We did have a relatively fast bullish move here, but then we've kind of slowed down a little bit. But I am still expecting that move up towards that resistance level right at the top. Real account. There's no fun in prop accounts. No one, that, you know, anyone can go on a prop account and do some trades. There we go. We've got a much faster move there. It's relatively slow, but you can see price is keeping inside of those levels that we have. We've got about 15 seconds left for that candle to fully form. From here, I would expect a reversal, as this is a strong support level. So I think we've got about 10 candles that touch and confirm this level. So yeah, what I'd expect now is a much stronger move to the upside. Unless we get a break of that support level, which is, you know, it could happen, as there seems to be a strong push from the from the sellers. Two more seconds, and that candle's fully formed now. It seems like that movement is slowing down quite a bit. It seems we might get some price accumulation maybe in this area that we're currently in before a true breakout, maybe to that support level if we have enough strength. But you know, there is a chance that it does go through. Or we get that move that we was looking for. So say for example, I didn't know, you know, the resistance levels, support levels, and say I was beginning to trade. When I'm down by 50 USD or 70, you probably would have exited the trade because of fear, because of the fact you think you're gonna lose all your money. But if you know what is going to happen, and if you know that all these indicators and things happen for a reason, then you'll kind of be fine. If not, you'll, you know, get stressed out. You'll think, oh no, I'm gonna lose, or, you know, something, you know, bad is gonna happen. Oh, I'm gonna lose all my money, and the price isn't gonna go the direction I want it to go. And then you exit the trade, and then when price starts coming back up, but then creates a low, like on an uptrend, then you'll lose money again because you've entered a long position, but the price has just created started to create a low for that uptrend, and then you're constantly just chasing that price. But if you know where the price is, you know, headed, and what the things are to expect, say like right now, then you're kind of not worried. So yeah, make sure you guys check out Everdex as well. It's in the description below. Now currently we've got some very nice things. We've got silver, crude oil and tether gold now available. I did mention that quite a while back. Actually not so far back, but I did mention this some time ago, that we will have gold, silver and oil on there. So now it's finally on there. So you can go head to Everdex, or first you got to head to the description and then click on a link that will take you directly there. Make sure to check out the other videos on psychology, trading psychology, like I just mentioned, a little bit about indicators as well, which are very, very interesting to understand. So make sure you check them out as well. So I believe this here was stopping out those the limit orders that maybe some people had on. That is normally what happens. The price goes down quite a lot before the actual move begins. But that is if the price now starts to come bullish. If not, then it might be an indication of a attempted like break of structure, that break of that key level. But from previous sessions, I have noticed that we tend to come out of the support or resistance level significantly before an actual move does happen. It seems we might actually see it's either a false break or a true break that we're going to get right now. I'm not really seeing how much that candle's got left to fully develop. There we go, got 20 seconds. Oh, it's looking a little bit, oh no, look at that. So we haven't had that before. What is Bitcoin telling us? Seems to be coming pretty bullish. And silver, what's silver doing? We're in the 30s with the RSI indicator. About 30 seconds left on that candle. It could be a potential buy zone. 15 seconds left. we've been consolidating below that support level for quite some time now. It's not looking too positive. I'm not gonna lie. The price is struggling to get back up and above that support level. We realistically need some more strength from the buyers side, because at the minute we're not getting anything at all. We're getting quite a lot of weakness, not gonna lie. But it seems we do have a reversal on the way. You can see our price movement has slowed down here. Smaller bearish candle there, and price has started to come bullish ever since this low here, where we had, actually this is this low here. We had 25.47 on the RSI, and then also I believe we had an indicator as well on the MACD. About 30 seconds or so for that candle to fully form. So we are getting a lot more bullish movement, but then we would have to see a stronger move from the buyers, because that price doesn't seem to be coming fully back into that key level. Seems that price is slowly but surely coming back in to into that key level. So we've got quite a bit more liquidity on the upside. We've got 4.73 million, which is at a price of 4,764.9. Whereas on the downside, we have got about 4.15 million sat at 4,676.9. Very interesting, because price is 0.9 here where there is the most liquidity, and the most here where there is the most liquidity. Maybe it's a coincidence, maybe it's something different. But what we currently can expect might actually be a pull to the downside, as liquidity is closer there. So it doesn't seem that we'll get a move to the upside, as it does look like it's coming very, very bearish, not gonna lie. So in that case, we can actually hop over onto silver, see what silver has to offer. Doesn't look like too much, I'm not gonna lie. It does look like a bit of a downtrend is forming. I mean, I'm not really liking the structure of Bitcoin, I'm not gonna lie. We'll see how that plays out. Crude oil seems to be rising. And then as for gold, it seems to be struggling in that, to get back into that key level, like quite a lot. Quite a lot. Yeah, it doesn't seem like we're going to get back into that key level, I'm not going to lie. Looks like we'll still continue on that downwards move. Yeah, gold has kind of completely gone out of that level. Completely gone out of that level. So we had our long position right at this support level. coming pretty nicely, and then we made a reversal, touched the support level, came back up slightly, and then went through that level completely. We did kind of come bullish again up until that level, but then obviously it failed to come back into that support and resistance level, and now it seems to be consolidating. Maybe it's gaining that momentum to come back in, but I don't believe it will come back in. It will most likely continue going bearish the way it was. Unless we get some big power and some nice strength from the buyers, that would show some indication that we are coming back into that level. But other than that, I don't believe we will see that tonight. It is a bit 50-50. We are seeing a lot of resistance, I'm not gonna lie. And as for Bitcoin seems to look pretty unpredictable. There isn't a key level that it's currently following. You can see like these candles here have got 1, 2, 3 very strange candles. They all seem to be pretty strange. This one has no bottom. This is a very large gravestone, I believe. So for a gravestone, the price goes up slightly, and then there's a relatively bigger move on the bearish side. You can see price came up to here, pretty much at the peak of where this price movement was of this candle, and then we have a relatively larger move bearish, as you can see. And as for Bitcoin, that is Bitcoin, yes. 90 mil, it's nothing too crazy. 100 mil is still okay, but when you're looking to about 200 to even more, let's say 300, then you're really starting to get some very good indication of where price is actually heading. Previously we had a 200 million liquidity level, and the price was very attracted to that level, and it did come bearish to that exact level, which is pretty interesting to see. So yeah, this week isn't very active. There's not a lot of anything really going on. Tomorrow we've got 3:30 PM the core PPI and the PPI. Thursday actually we have the GDP for the Great British Pound, and then 4:30 AM Australian dollar employment change and unemployment rate, which could be very interesting to see. Forecast is 4.3, previous was 4.3, so we might see something there. And as for the GDP, previous was 0, that is crazy, and forecast is 4.1, that is pretty crazy. I mean, UK is cooked anyway. It's finished. If it doesn't get that, is it reform or bring Britain back or whatever it was called, then they are doomed. They are literally doomed. There's a lot of bad things happening in that country. But we're not going to go into politics, because that's not what we're here to do. We are here to trade. Are we going to see gold actually gaining back through that level or not? I feel like we might, because it did stop out those positions there, and it has now came back in. But we need to see a little bit more movement until we actually get some confirmation. How long have we got? We've got 3 more seconds, 2, 1, and let's see, that's a candle fully formed. But for this to be an actual movement, we do need to see some kind of continuation. I want to get a retest, maybe, you know, show some kind of reversal maybe, and then off of that reversal, well, not a reversal, a retest for the price, and on that retest we could enter for a long position. Would be nice to see some confirmation of that support level, so this bearish candle would touch that level perfectly and then come back up without going through. looking a bit weak. I'm not gonna lie. So we haven't touched that level perfectly yet. Both of those candles have been slightly above it. Now that candle has touched it perfectly. But I believe it needs to be a bearish candle. We've gone through that level again. Might see a continued move bearish now. I don't want to enter because it looks a bit too shaky market structure wise at the minute, I'm not gonna lie. Very shaky. Yeah, I believe it's not going to be strong enough to, you know, carry on with that movement within that level. So you see the price, it came through this level, tried to get back into it, denied, tried harder to get back into it, and potentially what we're going to get now is another denial and a continued move down bearish again. Unless we have a lot more strength and it continues within this level, but it's not looking too great for that outcome to happen. We might actually get it though. We might actually get that continued move within this key level. But the question is, where do I get a trade off? Currently, it's hard to tell. You know, the market structure is not too pleasant. That's why I've been kind of waiting it out a little bit, as I'm not really seeing anything at all that I like. Have a look at Solana. I mean, that looks worse. I'm not gonna lie, it looks worse. Silver. It's that crude oil seems to just be in an uptrend at the minute.
This robotic puppy is so lifelike, it actually fooled my neighbour, who's a veterinarian. I've been a grandmother for 15 years.
Bruh. Shush. Shush. Well, I mean, it's not easy to mark out the support and resistance level for crude oil. I'm not gonna get it, I don't think, but I mean, I'm not seeing it, like, even, you know, market wise today, I'm not really seeing much. But it is said that in the market you have this thing where you start seeing things that are probably not there. It's when you start, like, you know, trying to find something too hard, and then what happens is that you take a trade, or obviously, well, a bigger risk. Well, any risk is a risk. So you take a risk by doing this trade, opening this trade, even though you're just looking for something. Like, even though when there's days where there is nothing, you try to make something just to get a trade. But sometimes it's not, you know, good to do that, as you kind of get a false view of what's actually happening. Hello, hello. So if it's not there, or if it doesn't look like it's there, then it's probably not. And that is something that a lot of people actually do get kind of mixed up. We haven't really got any confirmation of that support level. Oh my days, I've just... I mean, for Bitcoin, I'm not really seeing anything. As for gold, it's a lot more slower. Like the movement is it's slowed down significantly. But I'm just thinking about the fact that if it does stay within this level or not, because we've had a break through it, but then actually we've kind of stayed in here. He's trying to break through twice, and it's not worked out. And now it seems to be going bullish. So until we get more of an indication of where price is going, we can kind of sit back and watch how the market unveils, if that's the word. I mean, that level is looking a little bit weak, if that's the word, if that's right to say. You can see it's testing that level again and again. So what we can see is either a breakthrough. Well, it's either three options really. We see a hello, do you know me? I believe I do. I think I spoke to you before. So what we could see is either a strong push from the buyers, which I'd say about maybe a 20% chance, and then a more likely move would be a continuation and a breakthrough back through that support level, and the price continues to go bearish, or we get a consolidation until we get some price accumulation from the buyers for a stronger bullish move, because right now we are looking very, very weak. It's been consolidating for the past 15 minutes, just give or take, looking at the amount of candles that there is. So yeah, either we consolidate, gain that momentum and go bullish, or we don't have any more strength and we come back through that support level and continue going bearish. But this is a strong level, don't get me wrong, it is a strong level. We haven't had any confirmation from the downside. I mean, there's not much liquidity. 5.26 mil it's not a lot. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not a lot. So 2 and below is small or weak. 2 to 10 is moderate, 10 plus notable, 20 plus strong magnet. So 5.2 is kind of in this mid-range liquidity. So it's nothing crazy. Therefore, the other one, which was about, I believe, 3 or 4. Let's have a look. 3.94. That's even, even lower. So, yeah, I mean, we are getting more and more consolidation. There's relatively no price movement whatsoever. But yeah, make sure you guys check out Evidex. We have now got gold, silver, and crude oil on there for you guys to trade. So make sure you check out the link in the description below. It is a fully decentralized platform where you have control over your funds. So all the funds are in the user's hands. So it's pretty much like hyperliquid, if you know what that is, but better. So check that out if you haven't already. Yeah, you see it's coming through that level again. And now we'll see if it's a true break or not. But you can see that the level is getting weaker and weaker. So we've had a big break there. A break there, a break there, break slightly there, and here again. So price is kind of, you know, pulling towards that bearish side, even though more liquidity does seem to be in the upper range. There's not too much action. Like I'm trying to look for some trend levels, like trend lines and resistance levels, but it doesn't seem like we've got many. I mean, it's relatively nothing there really. I'm not gonna get anything, I don't think. Like here, I believe we might have some kind of block here, but then this, I believe, will probably be a separate one. Just judging from the structure. But then if we were to go in a higher time frame, we could probably get something a lot more accurate in this range here. But the thing is, you can see it's like a mountain. So we may not even find anything at all. So you see it goes like this and like this. I mean, you can't really find a support resistance level when you're looking at a mountain or whatever that is. But I believe we do have a nice uptrend there. Oh, never mind, that's... Oh, I can do it like this. Something like that. And then as for the top, most likely start from this peak and see what we find. Something like that. Could we now expect a downtrend? Could we? Is that something we could actually expect right now? No. I mean, that's better. That's a lot better. Bang, bang, bang. Bang. That's 4. And then as for the resistance, we've got 2. And that's in the 30-minute time frame, which is pretty decent. I mean, looking at that, pretty good, pretty good. So I mean, now we can realistically expect a reversal from that resistance level down to the support level. So if we were to open that now, you can see we have peaked here, which would have been a good place to actually put our short position for a take profit of around 73.67. 73.67. Too much. It's way too small. And that's what happens when you put your stop loss too small. I mean, I am expecting that price to come down bearish, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, 90 mils not a lot either. 90 mils like, I think I just shook the table. 90 mil is literally nothing much, you know. 100 mil, that is still relatively small. But when you're looking at, you know, like 200 mil plus, then you know you've got quite a bit of liquidity, and you can kind of expect where price is going to go. Say you're like 300, then it's definitely a strong magnet for price to come to. What the hell? Why have I been why have I been banned? Banned or not banned? Like what is going on? What is going on? What the hell are you?
Du absoluut.
Apologies everyone for this technical error. I've somehow been suspended for policy violations. I've got no clue what this is, but it'll get sorted very, very shortly. What, have I finally been unbanned? Nice. Finally. Yeah, it looks like I have. Well, welcome back. I don't know why we had some kind of warning on there, but yeah, we did. So, what it looks like is that gold has actually surpassed, it has gained that momentum back and is now coming right up to that resistance level. It had a lot of trouble finding, you know, that momentum again, but it is back on its way bullish. So with that in mind, we can kick tomorrow's session off with some gold trading. Bitcoin's not been too friendly at the minute. It's been a bit sour, to say. But yeah, overall, that's where we tried to get some good trades on gold, but yeah, we should have kind of stayed in this trade. But I believe we got stopped out by this big move here that we have. But yeah. You see silver's break through that structure as well. We were, I believe we actually did take a, yeah, we did. So we took a position for, we took a short position here, expecting that price to come bearish. But you can see silver has broke through the structure, whereas gold has only come back into its key level that it was previously in. So we can kind of expect it to come up to this previous peak, or even have a bit of trouble right now, as we do have a support level here, and then potentially if it cracks through that, then we could expect it to come past or even up to that previous peak at the top there. So thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you all in the next live session.